Good afternoon, lovely people. I hope you all had a great day. I did myself, and my week was great as well. Last week, we started a new series on fundamentals of Christian relationship and marriage. Last week, discussion was great. It was interesting. It was educative. I learned so much from it, and I believe you did if you watched it. If you haven't watched it, run back and watch it before you watch the part 2. I promised you guys part 2, and we are here to give it to you back and back. I still have here with me the same guest that I had last week. I have with me Pastor Linda and Pastor Esmond. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
All right. So last week episode we ended on courtship, right? We were talking about courtship. We're talking about sleepovers and some of the things that we should look at for when we visit the man and things like that. This week I want us to start with red flags. Red flags. Getting to know the man. And so what are some of the things that when you see in a man that approaches you, a man that kind of shows some sort of interest in you, that wants to take it a little bit far with, not like a little bit far, but wants to take it further with you in life? What are some of the red flags that when you see in a man, you should pay attention to?
Oh, that's a very good question. So I'm just going to take us back to last week. Our mom said something that it just felt, it was very important to me. I kept it in my heart. She said men have egos, and it's hidden. Every guy has it.
Okay.
And when you look at the feature and the physical, appearance of a man, men are dominant. When you check the body of a man and the woman, you should know, men have dominant features, big arms and all that. But the fact that God has given a man all of that does not mean that abuse your wife. So I'll say the first flag that you should run away from is an abusive man.
Okay.
Whether his words, whether how he treats you when he's angry, you have to be careful. You have to run away. Don't stay there and die. That's what I'll say. Don't stay there and die. Run away. That's the number one first step. If you realize this guy is abusive, it doesn't matter the money, kind of money he has, his looks, how tall he is, run away.
Okay, so Pastor Esmond is telling us to run away from abusive relationships. That is the number one thing to do if you are in a relationship with a man who abuses you verbally, emotionally. Ladies, don't stay there. Run away. I'm sure mommy has a lot to add. Mommy, what are some of the red flags?
Okay, as our pastor rightly said, I will not say it is a flag. I will say a banner.
Okay,
A very big banner.
the things you can see.
That is we can see the words well. You can read everything. Even it's in the asterisk, you can read everything well. Very bold, because an abusive man, where will you get to? You end up losing your life, and then he is there. Even if he's jailed, he is there. You understand? And if at that moment children are in, you've brought in some kind of psychological effect on your kids. And it's going to haunt them throughout their whole life. And I also say a man that does not communicate, lack of communication.
Okay.
It's also very number one. I will also say, apart from the abusive, it's also number 2 of it. Communication is very, very important in marriage. So that is why even in our relationship with God, communication is what we use to communicate. We verbal things. If a man, there are some men who tell you, I don't like talking. Shy. It's not like shy. If you are shy to the world, you shouldn't be shy to me.
Right. If you want to marry,
if you want to marry, that is it. If you want to marry to me, let's talk. Because that's what you are saying is what is going to express. You bring out your expression. It's going to bring something in you, something that will let me know the real you out of your communication. Okay. It's not about you telling me what you don't like and what you like, but the way you communicate with me will let me know I'm going to be happy with such a man. If women love to talk. There are men who not say you say 1,000 words and then he will say just one word, but that particular word that he says to you, will just calm you down. But for him not to bother you and then picks his shirt and then out, it goes away. Or you talk to him and then he's not minding, he just looks at your face and that, what is the home about? It tells you a lot. So a man that does not know how to communicate, how to express himself, and then when you, the woman, you are also expressing yourself, you say you talk too much. Okay. Right from the onset, you like talking. It's going to be your title. So nothing that you say is going to hold in the house. He just sees you to be a talkative.
Right. Right.
But meanwhile, what you are bringing out on the ground is very important. You understand me? So lack of communication is also number 2.
And even with the communication, Mobi, I'm not trying to cut you off, but you know, it has to be quality
communication.
Not just any
communication.
Wow.
That is what I'm
Don't
saying.
talk about some movies or anything when there are better things you can plan a future together.
Yeah.
Then why do I feel like both of you are on demand?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm also bringing something up.
Okay.
A red flag is women who are very disrespectful and rude.
Okay. So
I actually have an
right
experience.
there.
So I was talking to someone, right? And I have 2 sisters. She called one day. To be honest, we met in the church, so I had not seen any part of her. The only part I knew about her was the church. No type. Then she called and my sister was calling me, asking me where I put something. Then she was like, "Who's that girl in the background?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my sister." She's like, "Are you sure it's your sister? Damn you!" Then I'm like, "Hey, put it right there."
Put it right there.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm like, "I've never seen that side of you." And she just went off like that. I'm like, "I've never seen that side of you." We have to that is a red flag for me. Some women want something they want, you know, they see something they want. I want this in a guy. So whether you approach or not, she also has to see something before she say yes. But when you start and you realize that like maybe she's just, you know, faking her life. Some people are living double lives.
That's true.
Once I've figured out, maybe you
agree.
have that's it for me. I'm out. So
Especially
that
when
is what-
crush thing comes in.
that
When
is it.
The guy that you've been crushing on finally approach you. That is when you act all holy.
you have to. I mean,
holy.
get what you-
I don't even want to make one mistake to lose this guy. And that's very true.
So,
So the third red flag is
I would say immaturity.
okay.
Because I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Because for her, if she's matured, maybe she could take her time to investigate and see if it's really the lady you introduced to was really your sister.
Actually
But
knows her.
no,
Like,
that is it. But maybe
it's
she knows her, but she
amazing.
didn't know that it was your sister.
Right.
You understand me?
wow.
But she didn't use the right way to approach it. So you know, that is irresponsibility. So you take responsibility of certain things. So if somebody is irresponsible, it's a red flag. Immatured, it's a red flag. He's not mature to be in a relationship. He's going to become a baby. You are going to nurse him the rest of your life.
don't be a crybaby.
Yeah,
in a
that is.
relationship.
But such people are unpredictable. They will cause so many things in your life that you least expected. Both men and women, you least expected, and that also brings lack of trust, which is the number 4 of it.
Okay.
Lack of trust. Because the moment you become immatured, you know, the moment you become irresponsible, unpredictable, anything that anything that anybody comes to say, anything that he says, you know, not even complaining, he just draws into conclusion. The way the people are standing there, I remember when he approached me, the way he used to talk to me is the same way he's used to talking to this lady. Look at the way he has made his face. He has got feelings for this lady. Oh, really? I see. He'll come and meet me in the house. And then from there, he calls you and he's blocked. For days he's blocked, and then the day you feel like you want to reply him, then you bring him back. And I've been calling. Why will you call me? Why would you even want to call me? You understand me? Start talking. Why will you? And the other day I saw you with that lady, and this is it. No, and there's nothing you're going to tell me to convince me. If that's what you're going to tell me to convince me, what will I convince you with afterwards?
That is very
So
true.
lack of trust is also another very important,
Major one.
you know, red flag. So if you don't trust me, you can't be with me. How
That's
can
a
you?
very
If
good
you don't trust me, how can you say we are going to live for better, for worse? You don't trust me, so how can you leave your life into my hands?
Yeah.
You don't trust me, how can we lay in the same bed? Are you going to sleep? Because even if I lay by your side, it's always about the back of it. This man can just wake up and kill me. So will you sleep? You understand me?
That's very true.
That is it. So if you don't trust me, I can't be with you.
That is
And all
very
these
true.
points goes hand in hand because maturity leads to the trust, and trust, it all comes back to communication. So if there is no good communication, there isn't you are not showing sign of maturity, and then trust is also not there as well. So what are some of the other red flags that we should look out for us?
The other red flag I will also say is when you are dating. As I said, dating is no courting. Is when you people know you are on the way to get married. So you are dating. You go to the man's house, or the family members knows you. The mom knows you. Your mom knows. Your mom have told you, I don't like this guy. It's at the back of your mom. Nothing will change your mom's life. I don't like her. The guy's mom is telling you, or the father, I don't like this lady. The moment the guy tells you, my mom says she doesn't like, I advise yourself, don't go further. Because marriage is a it's a bond for both families. You are going, and you, the woman, you should know it is not your husband you are going to marry. You are going to marry the entire family. For the men, they have their liberty on such issues. But the woman, you have to know you are going to marry the entire family.
Okay.
So if even one person tells you I don't like, unless maybe that particular person, you have studied her to see that it's, she's fond of that, maybe it takes a long time for her to develop like or love. That is it. For that you cannot ignore it. But especially the most vital people in the family, grandmother does not like you, mom does not like you, auntie does not like you, father does not like you, madam, pack, go.
Now,
Especially
to be
the
honest,
sister-in-laws.
Yeah.
oh, so what she said is very important. Like Samson found this girl, and the dad was like, "Don't go there." He's like, "That's where I want to go."
I want to go.
At the end, we all know what happened to him.
That is it.
He was supposed to be built for someone that's supposed to be a deliverer, someone that's supposed to be a conqueror, like a great man. But at the end of the day, like just being on the lap of a woman, the hair that gave him strength was taken away. So sometimes when our moms and our dad have seen something and they have warned us about it, we have to take it. We have to. Don't let your feelings take you. You have to know and you have to understand that they are coming from a perspective and they might know more than you.
Wow.
But today's youth don't want to listen, And that is one thing we also need to address.
And another thing is also, I will join two things together: controlling behavior and then insecurity.
Okay.
These two things.
Ooh.
A man who is very, I told you earlier on that men have got ego. But all the time, when they say, "Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this," no, I want us to do it my way. I want us to do it this way. The woman also say, "No, I'm the woman here. You have to listen to me. I don't like it." Telling you, no, you do. That means if you come to stay with me, you want to go control me. I have no say in this relationship, madam. Pack yourself, Mr. Man. Go forward to see whoever will humble themselves to the dust for you to trample upon and go.
Relationship that you can't even have.
That is it. You don't have that is it.
Right. Some men are like that.
Yeah.
You can't talk to any friend.
No.
Who is this guy on your phone?
Even your brother, they will complain.
That
Why
is
does your
it.
brother
Call you
too
every
much?
time. Why do you have to even discuss us with your brother? Why is that anytime I'm with you, your brother is calling you? Tell him I'm with you. I'm going to get the phone and throw it away after I bought it for you. Oh yes, you are now counting the things that you bought for me, and you are going to buy every big foolscap and start writing everything you are giving to me in marriage, and you're going to spell it to my face. In dating.
Then when we get to marriage,
I have a question. So I know patience, right, is needed in the relationship because it's like me coming from my family, someone else coming from her family, like different background, different way of doing things. Someone tell me even about the toothpaste, right? Some start from the middle, different way of doing things. When what is the I'll say what is the place of patience in a relationship? Because sometimes I feel like we won't call everything a red flag. Sometimes you need patience. They just don't know. That is how they are brought up. This is how we do it. The toothpaste, I push it from the middle. So what is the place of patience?
Your patience will teach the other person what to do.
What to do? Okay.
Not complaining. You complain once. Why did you have to push the toothpaste from the middle? That's how we do it. Oh, really? Then you go stand there. Then you do it. I told you. No, you ask the following. I thought you do it. Moment you see, that moment you should know where you are coming from, where she is coming from, or where he is coming from. Then you just have to correct it. So the patients have to make you correct the error.
And even how you correct it.
And how you will correct it. So the next time you see her going to brush the teeth, you just pick the toothpaste and try to save her. You understand me? Okay. So she's seeing you doing it. Maybe she might be pissed off looking at you pressing it from the bottom. But the third day, she's of course conscious. The moment she picks it up, with or without your presence, will remember, if he has to press from the middle, will remember that no, I have to press from the bottom, because the other day he came to stand here and push it up. And the way he was even looking at me, it's better for him to tell me that I should have done it this way, but he came to serve me right. All right, why don't I do it this way for peace to reign? And she will do it. You understand me?
Okay.
So it's not about, I've been telling you this, don't you have mind, don't you have common sense? No.
Wow.
Teach her out of your patience, be teachable. So
Very deep.
that is it. It's not you like keeping quiet and say I'm leaving her to do it. No, you're not correcting her. At that moment that you see he's doing the wrong thing, oh, let me help you out. And I think if you do it this way, I think, don't say I am imposing onto you, but you are giving your view. I
These
think
are even some of the red flags.
that is it. So, that is it. So
I'm the man of the house.
That is it.
Do it this way.
That is it. You understand? So I think if we do it this way, this time around, it's going to help us. Why don't we try? No, it's a suggestion. You are bringing your view. Why don't we try? No, I don't think so. Okay, we did it yesterday. We did this way. Today is my turn. Whether you not that you are imposing, it's your turn. Okay, like you, let's try. If it doesn't work, fine. My hands are surrender. No, woman want to win. My husband.
I mean, women are always right.
That is it.
Men wants to win as well.
Men also want to win, and they will never accept that what you said is what I'm going to do. Even when they know, I always say this, even when they know that your view is correct. The woman's view is correct. I should stand somewhere and said, my wife told me this. But that is why they said behind every successful man, there is a woman. Because my views also lifted you up to that position. Whilst you were a pastor all alone by yourself, without me, people were saying so many things about you. But when I came, not everybody was able to come to you anytime or any moment that he wants. There has been some respect that you are now gaining in the congregation. There have been some, I'm not in to block the people out from your life, but rather the way they were communicating with you, with my presence, they should know that, no, there is somebody there. So the way I will talk to this man, I need not to talk to him like that. But some men sees other people talking to you and say, because you don't have sense, that's why the guy told you this. You understand me? But defend your wife. Be a defensive husband. Defend. No man wants to see the wife being insulted. So out of that pain and jealousy, defend your wife in public. Defend wherever, even in front of your family members. And when you go home, then you do your homework. That is it. So after correcting her at home, then you create an environment that will make you go back, not in the way of making everybody see that the wife was wrong, so she's into apologize, but you make amends in the family. You always make sure but if you are not able to defend me, where will you defend me?
Very true. And one thing what I'll add to the patience aspect is we have to study our partners.
Yeah.
Right from the onset, from the date, and you have to study your partner, get to know them. Personally, I'm someone that I do play a lot. People most times don't see the serious me. I'm always in a playful mode. And so I try to most times put myself in people's shoes and try to tolerate people, because there's so many things that I would take normal, but someone would not. And so you have to get to know the person. If you don't get angry easily, someone gets angry easily. So that is when you need to know that, okay, when we get to this point, I have to be patient and listen to him. I have to be patient and know how to address this issue, how to talk to him or her, how to make sure that we come at peace. And the ultimate goal is always, it should always be at making peace at the end. So if that is your goal, that I always want peace in my relationship, in my marriage, and you work towards that in patience, in tolerating the person, correcting the person in love, not just me being right and you always wrong and stuff like that. Those things doesn't really help personally. I feel like there is more that we have to do as youth, and parents need to educate our children about patience as well. And they have to exhibit it for us to follow.
See, that is
right?
it.
Because if I see you talk to daddy in a harsh way, or you correcting daddy, I'll go out there and
do the
talk
same.
to my fiancé or whatever the same way. And so patience is a very vital point, Pastor. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Moving on, Mommy, we've talked a lot about the dating, and you've prayed a lot. You found a man that you feel like, this is a good man, is a man or is a woman that I know that I can settle down with, or with the prayer answers that I've received from God and from my family as well. I know that this is a man that I want to settle down with. What are some of the next step as a man? So Mommy will take the man and Pastor will take the woman.
Wow.
So
Wow. Okay, as a man, fine. As a man, now that you've got to know, and then you think that, oh, really, this is the woman that I want to be with. I've now seen that I'm all in out with her. I can cope with her ups and downs and everything, that she's the one that you have to open your mouth and propose.
Okay. Proposal.
That is it. And make the proposal a little bit fun. Make the proposal a romantic one. Make it a memorable one in the woman's life. And that will make the woman respect you for the rest of your life. The way you will propose. Don't go into any ghetto or any cafe shop. Only the two. No, sometimes you can go to a cafe shop when you have gone to study up the environment and seen that people really patronize the place. All right, then I cherish my wife. I cherish the woman I'm going to. I want the whole world to know the kind of woman that I want. You understand me? Make it a romantic day. It's not only at night. No, do it. No, I'll open for everybody to see. Not only that, for the two of you. Always, we've been together already. I've heard it. But as you are talking, I have a surprise for you at the coffee shop. Go on your knee.
On your knees.
Humble yourself for once. Put the ego down.
Guys.
Because no matter what, when you enter into the bed, you go on your knees.
Go on your knees.
So start from that place. You understand me? So go on your knees and then ask. You understand me? Right. If you want it, because it could be that along the line, fine, we work together or whatever it is, but I have something at the back of my mind. This guy, I feel like let me go. So ask me again. Do you want me to spend the rest of my life with you? You understand me? For her to accept, go on your knee. You on the knee. Oh, he's so humble. Before you bring out your, everybody looking at you. Definitely you're going to get support out there. People will be clapping for you. That is a memorable day for the woman, and it's going to tell your children about it and how lovely your dad was, whatever, throughout. So after that, then after the proposal, introduce to your family members that I propose, she has accepted. Right? It could be right from that very day. Introduce both of yourself to them, and then you pick it up from there. What do you think you need? Tell your pastor. Pastor, before even you go to your family, tell your pastor, Pastor, I want to propose today.
And even your family as well.
That is it. I want to propose today to her. Is it right? You think it's right? Pastor will tell you, okay, let me pray for about 2 days. Although we all know that you people have been in and stuff, whatever, but let me pray for you or whatever. Or we even go give you the go ahead and give you the vim support. Do it this way, we do it. Some pastors will tell you. For me, I will tell you. So do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. I think she's gonna like it. Looking at the kind of person I've seen her to be, she's gonna like it or something. You understand me? And afterwards, take her to your parents. The woman first. They take her to your. But before you coming out, let them know this is what you are going to do. Inform them. So once you do it and she accepts, you let them know. Father, she accepts. Yes. Definitely, your parents are also going to join you in the celebration when you go home, and then that joy, will be completed right from the first day till the end of your marriage. So no matter what she goes through within the marriage, she's gonna remember, and then make herself happy. We need to learn on something to be happy. You understand?
When you were talking, this question came to mind. Does it mean that it is necessary to let pastors know from the dating part, the beginning?
Yeah, very important. Wow. Very important. And for me, if you come to tell me you've seen a woman you want to date, what did you see? If you tell me you saw something, you go back and learn. What should you see? There is nothing that you have to see. Wow. You need not to see. You need not to have any reason to love a woman. Okay. Fine, you have something, qualities and whatever it is. So if you come to tell me the qualities, what if the qualities are not there? You've seen the shape, you've seen the curves, you've seen everything. Now tomorrow you got married today, God forbid, an accident happens, and now the legs are not there.
The hips are not there.
The hips are there, but it can't stand for you to see. You understand me? So does it mean if those things are not there, those qualities are not there? That means, so if you have a reason to love a woman, that you are not matured as a man. Why do you love the woman that you want to marry? That's the first question if you come to counseling. She's pretty. Okay. What if she goes out, somebody pours an acid on the face? She's no more pretty. I didn't ask you what attracted you to the woman. I said, why do you love her? So if I see you sit down for a long time without telling me anything, I see that you have no reason, but that's so you love her. Unconditional love. That is how God loves us. So you also have to go in all out unconditionally. You just love her the way she is. You love her for who she is in Christ. Wow. You love her for who you think she will be for you. How you love her for who you think you can mold her to be. Not what you have seen, but what you think you can do it. Because every potter go out there to pick a clay. He sees the clay and sees what I can bring out of that clay. So some of them will go for a black clay, just for maybe something that he want to portray out of that black soil. Some will also go for a red soil. What I think I can come out of that red clay soil. You understand me? So, what I think I can mold out of what I am going to take. So I'm just going all in out. It is my homework I'm going to take. That is why you get your certificate before you go and start. And when back home in Ghana, when I'm counseling, I say marriage, two couples are like cassava and plantain. One is up. One was planted, he riped up. Another was planted, it got riped down. Now these two things have to merge. The one that was up had a color. The one that is down is white. How can I merge these two things to get one color? So the patience that you sit down and then you are pounding, putting in the cassava, you add one plantain, you know, and then you are pounding, adding a little water, you know, then you be turning it. Even when it gets to the point whereby you know that, oh, at this point it is a fiery, but it wasn't a train, because when it comes for you to mix the cassava and then you don't need to pound so hard. You need it to do it slowly. And then, you know, we're putting in more water, but now you put your hand in water, you just sprinkle out just for the fufu or whatever not to be sticky on your hands. So you grease your hands with the water. That is how life and marriage is all about. So it will take time for you to get an evening one to put it in the mouth to eat it. So the man have to understand. So either of you could be the cassava, the other person could be the plantain.
Wow.
Very deep.
Man, that was good.
Thank you so much. If you just joined us, we are still in the discussion of fundamentals of marriage. Don't forget to like, share, and leave your comments. Invite your friends. If you're a woman, share to your girlfriends. If you're a man, share to your boyfriends. They need this. You need this. The world needs this. Our time is fast spent, so we're going to take the woman part from Pastor Esmond.
Yeah, I'm going to make it real quick.
Okay.
So one thing about our mom almost said everything, but I just want to say that women, you are very vulnerable in heart because you love easily, very emotional, romantic, all of that. Women have that kind of qualities. But first step, tell your parents about it. Let them be involved. Do some research. Don't just fall for the words. You know, there might be a mask, you know, behind those words. He says some people meet a girl like, you know what? I'm a medical doctor. Like, oh wow, he's a medical doctor. Maybe he's not. You know, like. Do your research, go into it, figure out, really? Is he really? Yeah, what happened even his past relationship? How did they end? Because to be honest, when there's a breakup, women might hurt. I mean, maybe I might be wrong, but women might hurt more. Yeah. So guard your heart. Like, don't just be carried away by the sweet words because you just want to hear it so that you can be proud. Right now, social media, I just post on, to God be the glory. Now I'm a medical doctor wife. People just want to show up. But before all those, do your research. Know that this guy is really who he says he is. You know, that is very important. And even with that, also, you know, look for like a stream of income. You know, work on that too. Because when you marry, you know, you need to like, you know, do like more on that, like. Because we will not marry and still be, you know, borrowing money from people, family, you know, begging our moms and our parents to support the house. You have to be financially stable. Yeah. So just work on that too. So that's a little bit. I just want to add. Before you say
I do, you have to make sure you, the woman, is financially stable,
and the man as well.
Man especially, like you. I mean, you have no choice.
Yes.
You have
so
no
make sure
choice,
you have
bro.
a fat. How do you guys
bank
call
account.
it? Wallet.
Like,
and a bank account. Make sure you have a fat.
It's not even
pregnant bank account.
That is it. A pregnant bank account that you can deliver.
Right.
At least without that, you should have a purpose. I mean, you should know like this guy is going somewhere.
Yeah.
There are some guys.
Vision.
Yeah, they have a vision. They are going somewhere. You know, some have fat account, but they just blow it on other women. They can just go into the club and throw their money up.
Yeah.
You know, look for purpose, look for vision, because when there's a breakup, the woman might be hurt.
That is it.
So guard your heart. That's what I always say to women. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Don't just be carried away by words. Worse, I mean, he can, you know, twist the words.
You're not going to eat the words.
And maybe the first date, his suit, he borrowed it from somewhere, you know, took it from a friend, just to impress you. And you just saw it like, oh wow, Gucci. You just fall in love. He came to the first date with Gucci. You never know.
When they take you to the room, it might not be his room.
That is it.
There's a lot of things that happen.
That is it.
So
that is it.
Do your research, do your work.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Right.
So just guard your heart.
Thank you so much. I want to say a very big thank you to you, Mommy. I've learned a lot from you today, and Pastor Esmond as well. Your contributions are great, and I love them personally. I've written them down, and I'm going to keep this in my pocket when I go into marriage, when I plan to, and wherever I go to. I'll tell my friends, viewers, tell your friends about what you learned today. I'm very sad we are ending today's episode for real, but there's a lot to talk about, there's a lot to learn. If you want to learn more, make sure you join us next week because we'll be bringing you juicy, if I say juicy relationship topics that you will learn so much from. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep watching Faith Broadcasters Network, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram as well. Thank you and do have a blessed week. Bye.